Hello, my name is Amy Storr, and I'm a fourth grade math and science teacher in Montgomery, Texas. I'm going to start by talking with you about why I love to use Blendspace. I've been using Blendspace for the past couple of years, and I started using it specifically because I became a facilitator for a project-based learning classroom. I attended a training, and it was a recommended application, a recommended site for PBL facilitators to use for teachers to share with students and also for students to use as far as their end product in PBL. I love it. I love the organization that it brings to PBL. I love that it's a one-stop shop for my kids when they're looking for their prompts or their scenarios, if they're looking for specific links that we've discussed and shared in class. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. This was a recent PBL project. It was called Let's Take a Trip to Mars. And this was the scenario that was shared with the kids. And so the whole point was them researching ways to build a self-sustaining garden on Mars where they could survive for 5 years. And this prompt was created by the wonderful Kevin Honeycutt. If you're on Twitter, look him up. He's great. So everything the kids needed for their research, I placed in this Blendspace. I then linked this Blendspace to our class website, which my students are very familiar with, and it's easily accessible to them. And this is where they went when they needed some guidance throughout the entire process. I just love, love, love the organization that it brings to a PBL classroom. So for the end of the year project, I had an idea. I thought it would be really cool if I could get my students, or you could get your students, to develop lessons for the next year's kids. So I'm a fourth grade math and science teacher, so I thought, wouldn't it be awesome if my fourth grade kids developed lessons based on our fourth grade standards that I could then implement the following year or share with the kids the following year. Another idea would be to have my current fourth grade students develop lessons for fifth grade to get them familiar with the fifth grade standards that they will see next year. So I developed an example for you. Right now we are studying weather maps in my class, and this is something that I would follow as a teacher. So I thought if the kids were given this prompt and this task to create these lesson plans. You want to start with the standards, which I have as the first block. I've got a video, which is your hook, of our classroom meteorologist from the Weather Channel, Mr. Ryan Davidson, who we're actually visiting with tomorrow via Google Hangouts. I've also got an interactive journal that's an example of what the kids could use. There's some virtual labs included, a game on quizzes. So you let the kids build what is your ideal lesson? What would you have liked to have experienced during this process this year? How could I have changed it as a teacher? So it gives them a good deal of ownership in their learning, which is a wonderful thing to witness. The impact that Blendspace has had on my kids, it's like I said, the one word that pops into my head when I think about Blendspace is organization. It's the ease of using the program. It allows my kids to have a place to go to locate and find and save time through the entire process because our time is precious in the classroom. And then I would like to talk about the impact that a specific Blendspace has had on my kids. I'm going to take you back to the main menu. Last year, let me show you this before I talk about that. And I'm showing this for a reason. This is a quote that my husband said one day, and I thought it was awesome, and I had to share it on Twitter. And it was, students should not be adapting to us, we should be adapting to them. I can honestly say that every year I don't teach a lesson the same way that I taught it the previous year because I'm adapting to my kids. So I bring that up because last year my kids did a Go Green campaign. Completely different than the way my kids are doing it this year. Last year my kids researched, created posters, and used an app called Erasma, and everything they needed was here. Every piece of information they needed was located in this Blendspace. This year, I thought, well, it's a Go Green campaign, so let's not use paper. So my kids We're researching ways that our school, our specific campus, could go more green. Not only ways to go green, the issues we have with that, but also a solution. So what they're doing is they're doing some research, and then they're going into a Google Doc that I created for them, and they're putting their name or their team members' names, and they're putting their problem and their solution. And then this coming week, we're going to create a public service announcement to share on Earth Day for our entire campus to watch during morning announcements. And I think this is going to be even more impactful than last year. So I'm really excited about it. How to implement it? Just start. It really is truly a very easy application, an easy site to use. I love it. I love sharing and talking about it when I'm training other teachers. I just encourage you to look it up, get your kids involved in the making process, and have fun. Thank you.